Okay, yeah, about the EastEnders show, where it culminated in the Indian doctor getting pushed off the castle wall by a Pakistani, and the doctor that gets pushed off, he's guilty of a number of crimes, and he's getting caught. He's also attacking Pakistanis, and the Pakistani comes in and pushes him off his castle. Okay, so the doctor owns that castle because he's stolen 9 billion off, the head of the hospitals, and he's also attacking the head of the hospitals non-stop. Okay, so this is a true story, and it's depicted in the EastEnders show, where he gets pushed off. Now, that doctor is actually a true story about a real doctor called Dr. Desai, and he's been placed by the group that did 7/7 bombings. Right now, he's a group that also plans to ship out all the Queen's people, right, into cargo system and shipped out. Right, this is their true plans, and it's actually the gay communities, and they're having this like insane wet dream where all the Queen's people get shipped out into a cargo system called Mar-esque. That stands for Mar, as in the Queen, and then they're calling us E, and then they say CK, the cargo system to ship us all out. And you can go and Google that. Literally millions of these cargo systems. And the people that did the 7/7 bombings are actually the gay community. They blame Pakistanis, it's gays and Africans. And these African immigrants coming in, they're planning to, their Mars cargo system, they're planning to ship all the Queen's people out of Britain. So that includes Cambridge University, all the universities. Are the Queen's people. All right, so there's this woman called Susanna who works on this estate. She made a reference to frying the Queen's people. All the Queen's people getting fried is her motive, and she's attacking me. Right, she's working directly with a guy called Dr. Desai, who is a foreign guy. Right, he is working with the dark Indians, very dark there, and Africa. And the gay people, and he was placed by the 7/7 bombings to attack me. Right now, he also did the Southport murders. I joke you not. He did the Southport murders. Southport, they're planning to port us out. This is Dr. Desai's group. Right now, they've just done a triple murder, and then the guy is still attacking me. He's been placed to kill people. The Southport murders was a murder done by an African kid. His dad works in the hospitals working with this gay group. All the gays in the hospitals are guilty of the Southport murders. And they're planning to ship out all the nurses, for instance, into a cargo system. They're the Queen's people, the nurses. All right, so Dr. Desai is the Southport murder scene. He's organised that. He's in the group that's organised that. And he's also doing this sort of stuff around here. If you notice, it's very near Blackpool. All right, so, and then also it's port. This is what they're planning to do. And the Africans are planning to port the British people out of England. It's a fact. It's actually done by psychiatry doing this. And there he is. And every time I see him, I can't sit with this guy. So I'm allergic to Dr. Desai. I know what he's doing, and I can't get an proper outlet for this. Like, so I'm allergic. In the meantime, I'm totally allergic to this guy. I can't go in a room with him. Every time I'm with him, he's smiling. He's always smiling. He's the smiler. I can't stand this guy. Like, and he's just done the Southport murders. Like, and he's still harassing me. So in the EastEnders episode where that doctor gets pushed off a castle because he's stolen the ketones diet too, which made 9 billion, Pakistani threw him off that because he's tired of these people. So am I. We're all fucking tired of these people. I'd throw him off the building straight away if I could. This guy is a child killer and he needs to be killed. So yeah, I explained in my earlier videos about how Sylvia, the head of all NH hospitals, I lived with her, she adopted me, her son is my best friend and my brother. Uh, Sylvia knows that I was adopted by Marilyn Monroe and Elvis Presley, and this makes me a president in America because Marilyn wanted it that way. She said that her son would become president. And so now Sylvia knows that I'm the president in America, and then she made me the head of the hospitals, okay, in Britain. All right, so the president in America owns the hospitals in Britain. He's the head doctor, the head psychiatrist. He controls the country, right? And he does it fairly. He does it legitimately, and he's educated, and he's very patriotic. He's not a non-British, hating British type of guy that you'll see in the hospitals otherwise. So Sylvia did a really good thing for the hospitals in Britain and America. So now Dr. Desai, he is against Sylvia. He is attacking Sylvia. He hates Sylvia. He is attacking her son. That's me. I'm getting very attacked by that doctor who won't leave me alone. And he also tried to assassinate Donald Trump too. This was actually Dr. Desai's group. And I urgently need help from the nurses to get in there, counterattack, and section him, remove him. He's not allowed in the hospitals. It's the order from the head of the hospital. All right, so now they're Mars shipping, and they're doing the Southport murders, and they're the doctors in the hospitals, the psychiatrists. All right, and they're attacking the president, who's the head doctor, and so he should be, because otherwise those hospitals are sewage otherwise. And Sylvia says that. I say that. A lot of people say that. All right, so Sylvia knows about this doctor that's harassing me, and she desperately wants him removed. So we need NHS staff in and around him to remove him, section him. He's now being sectioned by the head psychiatrist, and he needs to go on 800 mils of the Pixel injected fortnightly. And this is an order from the head of psychiatry about that doctor, because he's also in a police investigation, and it's taken quite a bit of time because there's a lot of crimes to go through, and it's taken longer than we thought. But in the meantime, we need him completely removed from the hospitals. He's not allowed to work there, and he's going to get Section 2. All right, so Sylvia knows about this doctor that's harassing me, and she desperately wants him removed. So we need NHS staff in and around him to remove him, section him. He's now being sectioned by the head psychiatrist, and he needs to go on 800 mils of the Pixel injected fortnightly. And this is an order from the head of psychiatry about that doctor, because he's also in a police investigation, and it's taken quite a bit of time because there's a lot of crimes to go through, and it's taken longer than we thought. But in the meantime, we need him completely removed from the hospitals. He's not allowed to work there, and he's going to get Section 2. So Desai is involved in the Southport murders without question. It's quite near Blackpool, right? He's also working with Susanna, who works at Spencer Court Community Centre. Her window is right at the centre of the community centre in the centre. Now, Desai is also working with number 38 Spencer Court, who is a violent drunk. He's psychopathic. He throws himself at me every time I see him. He's threatening people on the estate. So there are another two people who are involved in the Southport murders, and they are working with Africans and the gay people. Okay, so the cash converters as well is also psychiatry, and they're planning to ship the Queen's people out of England. All the staff of cash converters have been telling me, not all of them, but every now and then, years ago, they were telling me I can't have a girlfriend because they're attacking me, and they've stolen everything off me as well. We'll talk more about that later, but and they're being very nasty. the cash converters is basically psychiatry that have done Southport murders. They're basically Africans. Africa has stolen the electronic industry. Africa and the dark Indians and gay community. Cash converters is the gay community that did Southport, and they're also planning to port all the Queen's people out of England because they're too slim for homosexual anal sex. So yeah, the psychiatry department brought in all these dark Indians. They're the homosexuals, the psychiatry. They're calling everyone, these strange non-Mandarin names like schizophrenia and a number of other names. And it's all existentialism and transsexualism, transgenderism, and jail. Right, so psychiatry is leading is a system run by the jail system as well. Right. Okay, so these guys, they're Mara-esque and they're planning to ship out all the Queen's people. The psychiatry department brought in all the dark Indians, those dark Indian corner shop people, they are Mara-esque, and they're planning to ship out all the Queen's people. Okay, this song, You Can Ring My Bell, Ring My Bell, do you remember this song? Um, it was a big song in the charts, Ring My Bell. And this song is about a true story. It's about the gay community and how they're planning and beating up the women. They've got very bad intentions for them. They're so bad they just like baffle like most criminologists, and it's worse than most crimes. See, so they've got really bad plans for the women, as you can see, Southport murders and so much more. All attacking women, they are really, and their progression in the Western world. So many people stand against this. So "Ring My Bell" is a song that is actually talking about the boxing ring, "Ring My Bell." Okay, so it's about boxing and it's about heavyweight boxers supporting this beautiful girl that really needs help because she's getting beaten up so badly by gays that are running the council, that are promoting domestic abuse, that are now rejecting women and transsexualism, which is a mental illness. I mean, transsexualism is a bastardized version of what it originally is, and it's not meant to be a permanent fixture at all, right? So it's bastardized and it's completely it's a fish basically. Yeah. So Ring My Bell is about women's plight, right? And that she needs the boxers to come in and slam dunk our enemy like you've never seen because. So this is your nurses. They're also boxers. And they're heavyweights. And they can do some serious damage if they want to. And especially ambulance staff. They're also boxers. And all the British women are saying, ring my bell. And as you can see, she's completely right. So it's up to the nurses and the ambulance staff to go and sort that problem out. It's right there in the hospital. There's the morgue downstairs. You've got everything you need. Nobody, you just no paperwork needed. They can be just disappeared like that. All right, and no police are interested in their disappearance. I will make sure of that as much as possible. I'm a witness to all their crimes. And I want them in prison, removed, anyway, in every way possible. Something to note is that the people that are planning to ship all the Queen's people out are the gay community and these dark Indians in the hospitals and the corner shops. They also created the Holocaust. They're killing women's rights, and also the Catholics are getting killed. And this is the Holocaust, and they're doing this again. So the gay community and these dark Indians, they created the Holocaust, and then they blamed the white people for this. And then afterwards, these dark Indians are then putting poisons into white people's water systems and spiking them through medications, and now they're getting breast cancer. And this is all because apparently white people did the Holocaust when they didn't. The Dark Indians know this. They're a pygmy sect, and working with the gays, they know they've done the Holocaust, and they're blaming white people so that they can force the white people to move to mix with blacks, so they become bigger for homosexual anal sex. The fact that they're importing all these Africans into Europe so that they can mix with the white people and make them bigger. This is a ploy by the homosexuals that are doing this to make them bigger for homosexual sex reasons, for anal sex reasons. This is a well-known fact amongst the psychology community that very much stands against this. However, they also hate psychiatry. That is actually importing these immigrants in to then attack the Queen's people. So these gays are calling Marilyn Monroe too slim, and then they killed her. They're calling Kurt Cobain too slim, and then they killed him. They call Michael Jackson too slim, and then where is he? So they're calling all the people that have gone missing mysteriously. They're being called too slim for homosexual sex. So who's doing this? It's obviously the gays.